over here, while we're letting that, is we're going to do some Parmesan cheese. And I went ahead and pre-grated this just because it's a lot easier. We'll do some Parmesan cheese. We'll do the whole thing. That's a lot of noodles that I did. But I'm hungry. And we're going to do our garlic powder. Let's see if I've got another garlic powder. It's already open. I sure do. Go ahead and use our garlic powder. I'm just going to add that much for now. That was about a tablespoon. Now, after I'm done, I'm going to taste it, and if I need to add more, it's not ever a problem. So then let's get our knife and cut this butter into pieces. Let's go ahead and put this lid back on. Let's get that really going. We're going to cut this butter into pieces, and that way it'll be easier to melt. And this looks like it's a lot of butter, but it's really not, because you have to consider this is this is definitely enough pasta for 4 people, but I'm saying there's leftovers for sure for at least 2 other meals, because like I said, I'm a huge leftover fan. All right, let's get this asparagus water cranking. What is the problem here? We got this going. Okay, we're good to go. Let's go ahead and check our chicken. Make sure that's not hot. Of course, I'm notorious for burning myself. All right, I don't know how I have any feeling in my fingers or my hands. All right, let's go ahead. Let's try this. I'm telling you, this really is perfect. I'm not kidding. And it's perfect, honestly, because I have tested this recipe so many times. I love it. All right, so I'm going to leave it on high, and I'm going to actually leave the lid off of it because I want some of the moisture to cook out and to get into that chicken. So we're just going to go ahead and leave that lid off. And I bet you our pasta is finally ready. Let's check that out. This is one of Ashley's favorite things is noodles and butter. I'm telling you, you would think the child was deprived, because if you say to her, we're having noodles and butter, she's like, all right, yes. Like she never gets to eat anything, or I'm like, goodness gracious. But she loves her some noodles and butter. Now, she likes a thinner noodle, but that's perfect. All right. That's really good. It's about my snack time. All right, our water's boiling on our asparagus, so we're going to go ahead and put this in. And like I said, I broke it off where it was ready, and that's where we're going to put it in. And you can't see that, but that's what we're going to do. We've got our asparagus in, and this asparagus, because it's so thin, is not going to take very long. So you're really going to have to watch it. I am going to add a little bit of salt, and I'm really, really going to watch it. Now, if this was a thicker asparagus, it's, of course, going to take a little bit longer. So just monitor it. This is not your ordinary canned asparagus either, let me tell you. If you eat canned asparagus, some people do, some people like it. But try this, because it really is different than canned asparagus. All right, let's go ahead and dump this pasta water, which is going to be, I'm a little nervous. A little nervous over here. It's kind of heavy, so we'll go ahead and dump this. Got my strainer in the sink. Gonna stand back. There we go. Well, that went off pretty well, didn't it? Go ahead and just put that over there. Take our big bowl over here. This is not one of those dishes that you toss the sauce and the pasta together. This is one that you put this pasta on the plate and then you serve it like that. Or at least that's how I do it. If you want to do it different, you do it different. Ooh, that is hot, 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 hot. All right, so that's going to go in there. And this is pretty much, a self-cooking, a self-melting, I should say, dish. Because what you're going to do is you're going to leave the pasta on there for just a second. And then that way, it's going to start melting that butter. And it's going to start melting that Parmesan. It's going to be perfect. So let's toss. Mix that a little bit. Turn off our flame on for our pasta. This asparagus, I'm not kidding, is almost ready. It is almost perfect. All right, let's toss our pasta. And you want to toss it from the bottom up so you can go ahead and mix everything in there. Look at that steam. I'm getting a little Parmesan cheese and garlic facial, for goodness sakes. Oh, that is so, so good. It's kind of like an Alfredo, just a little bit minus the cream. And I noticed that Parmesan is not that fattening of a cheese, so hey, in sparingly amounts, this is good stuff. All right, let me grab a fork, check it out. And looks like my chicken is just rocking along. Let's see here. Because let me tell you, I taste while I go, because otherwise you're going to get it ready and it's going to taste like crap, and that's like the worst thing ever. At least if it doesn't taste good in the middle of it, you can do something about it. That's good. That needs a little bit more garlic powder. It's great on Parmesan. And I think I am going to add a little bit of salt. Not very much, but I am going to add a little bit. Because I do think that salt is completely, totally subjective. Some people are salt people, some people are not. And you can actually ruin somebody's meal if you have too much salt on there. I ate at a restaurant last night, and I took a bite of the chip to go with my cheese dip, and it was so salty, I could barely eat it. All right, so that's good to go. Our asparagus, I'm going to go ahead and turn that off. I'm going to turn our chicken off. We're ready to eat. I am so excited. Okay, I'm going through plates like crazy. All right, so we've got our noodles that have got simple noodles. Parmesan cheese, which come down here to the River Market, stop by Jennifer's booth at the Olive Branch and buy yourself a block of Parmesan cheese. It will last in your refrigerator forever, and you can use it for everything. So we've got Parmesan cheese, we've got butter, and we've got our garlic powder, which I know people say garlic powder, fresh garlic. Fresh garlic does have a place, absolutely. But garlic powder is wonderful because you're not going to get any bits, and it's going to go all the way through. I love it. I'm a fan. Can't help it. All right. Let's get some different tongs. We need tongs, and we need a spoon. Because we need some asparagus. Oh, it's perfect. Oh, that's going to be so good. And then we're going to go ahead and let's put a couple pieces of chicken on it. Actually, you could even put your chicken on the side and then go ahead and scoop out these wonderful, tender and soft and really flavorful bell peppers. Do you know how many vitamins are in bell peppers? It's some kind of crazy stuff. All right, I want a little bit more on my plate. All right, so 3 pieces of chicken for me. Okay, so let's recap what we've got. We've got our asparagus. We've taken some garlic cloves, crushed them, boiled them in the water with it to give it that flavor. Let's try it. It's got that garlic flavor, but not that garlic taste. It's perfect. Then we've got our onions and our bell peppers and our garlic, thyme, and oregano in that, which makes it Italian. It's so good. And you know what? If you do this Monday night chicken on a Sunday, cook it a little bit longer. Cook it until somebody comes home. It's great because what you can do, you can just leave it on the stovetop. If you've got people that come in at all different times, sometimes I eat before my family gets home. And then they can eat, and it's wonderful. All right. So, thank you for joining me at the River Market Kitchen. I'm Victoria Gross. If you'd like our recipes, check them out online at www.rivermarket.info. Thanks.